Tonight I decided to give up the struggle and go home. I bought my bus ticket for the next morning and walked to the out-of-town newsstand. My friend there reminded me that tonight was the night of the street festival in Greenwich Village. He said it was something an ambitious young writer shouldn't miss. That night I didn't feel very ambitious, but I had time to kill, so I told him I'd go.
Here's a memo. To Special Agents Stoker, Harris, and Robinson, New York Division, confidential. The fact that we've been upheld on appeal in the Caddy case is, of course, a source of great satisfaction to me after all these years. Congratulations to you both. Our next problem will be the man who succeeds Caddy in his key position in the syndicate. I see two possibilities, men handpicked by Caddy 5 years ago. They are, 1, Allie the Rod Gorner, International List 9667. Complete file with photographs available. Very vicious. And 2 lives in Greenwich Village. He's quiet, soft-spoken, and is known to us only as Johnny G. No record, no photographs. Big ladies' man, younger and brighter than anything we've had to contend with. Boys, it took me 16 years to nail Lou Caddy, and I haven't got that much time to spend on Johnny G. Hello, Al. This is Frank over at Foley Square. How's it going? Well, first I want to thank you for your kind words on the Caddy conviction. And then I want a favor. Yeah. Say, if your radio car photographer isn't too busy tonight, I wonder if you could send him down to the village to see if he can grab a picture of one of the boys. Yeah. He's camera shy, but I just got a tip he's supposed to show up somewhere tonight. Yeah, now listen. He's known as Johnny G.
Look, there's no Johnny G around here. And if you don't get out of here, I'll call the superintendent.
Why don't you call the police? Who's in there?
Mr. Gale, but he can't be disturbed now. He's busy. Are you going to leave or not?
You know the trouble with you? You don't believe I'm a friend of Johnny's. Well, he wouldn't like it if he found out. He's got an awful temper.
Look, I never heard of a Johnny G, but I'll go inside and ask Mr. Gale. Maybe he's expecting someone.
You're a doll.
Well?
Newspaper photographer, pretending he's a friend of yours. He has a camera with him. He wants to take a picture of you, Mr. G.
Yeah. Why does everything have to happen in one day? Look, I need time to think. Get rid of him.
Okay. Mr. Gale says he doesn't know any Johnny G. But Mr. Roberts may be expecting a visitor. If you'll follow me, I'll take you to his office. It's just a few doors down.
Hey, who's that leaving your office? Looks like the guy I'm after.
You're not going to bother Mr. Gale. He's got enough on his mind.
Look, honey, will you stop kidding? I gotta get that guy and take a picture of him.
All right, don't look at me. Look anywhere but not here. All right, now, everybody. Nice and easy. Let's not get excited. I don't want no trouble. Here's the way it is. I've been here maybe 2, 3 hours. You've all known me for a long time. My name is Johnny.
Mine is Max.
Look, I'm a playwright.
So?
If it's an alibi you want, and you won't give us any trouble, just leave it all to me.
Look, you shut up, will you?
Now, you're not going to bully me.
Shut up and listen to me.
Don't be a fool.
Are you going to listen to me?
No.
My name is Johnny G, see? If you try anything, you'll get trouble. Well, everything Johnny does, there's a reason behind it. I've got no reason to kill this jerk. I just pulled a little magic trick. First you kill him, and then I bring him back to life. Now look, I'm a little nervous tonight, see? So if you're smart, you just make believe that I'm the boss, this is a business. I feel more comfortable that way.
You're in trouble, Johnny, eh? Can I ask you a favor, young man? You see, tonight is sort of a special night. Every August I come back to celebrate the day Leona first opened this shop. It's one night a year.
You want I should go, huh?
So I thought as long as you dropped in, I'd like to invite you to join us.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just going to sit here till I think something out. You go right ahead. Have a good time. Don't mind me if I snore, huh?
Thank you, Mr. G. Thank you.
David and Goliath. And the drama of the night moves on. If Leona declines, we're without a leading lady. What a pity.
Yeah. A pretty kid would come in real handy right now.
The young pretty ones seldom come in here at this hour.
10 to 1 says you're wrong.
Those are big odds, Mr. Johnny.
Yeah? I'm already across the finish line.
Come in, child. Well, I've never seen you in here before this late.
Hello, Leona. I had to see you again before I left.
Sit down and tell us where you're going.
Back home this morning. For good. I've just been to the bus terminal to buy my ticket. I want to be a writer. I thought in New York I could find what I was looking for. But I guess I give up.
I'm Johnny. What's your name? And all I want's an answer, your name.
I just bought a cup of coffee.
All right. We'll give you a name. We'll call you Coffee.
I'm surprised the New York boys are letting you go.
Don't you have a boyfriend?
Oh, no. Well, the fellows I met through the girls at work, well, they were all alike.
We're not all alike.
A masterpiece of understatement.
You know, if I met you separately, I wouldn't know what to say to you. I'd be afraid of you. And you, I don't know anything about you, Mr. Max. And you, Mr. Wells.
Sydney.
Sydney. Well, at least we could talk about playwriting.
Yes. A wiser man than I, Sid. The play's the thing.
I think perhaps I'll say goodnight.
You still have quite a few hours left. May I go along?
No, thank you.
But how can you resist the challenge?
What challenge?
The chance to make up for lost time. You came here to study people. When does your bus leave?
7:42 from the bus terminal. It is a long time to kill.
How about you and me moving around town a little?
Stay with all of us.
Well,
Now, look, I'm not going anywhere with these two guys. You want to come with me alone? Okay.
please. See that? I have just 6 hours, and it's back home. Maybe forever, maybe just for a month, I don't know. But suddenly I feel very brave. Even with you, Johnny. So you've got a date. 3 into 6 goes 2. I'll spend 2 hours with each of you.
But who shall be your companion for the first 2 hours?
And I was the first to ask, so obviously I
You'll
think...
be the first to get this knife in your belly.
Oh, please, gentlemen, please. Of course, there is only one answer to this problem. Leona.
Yes, Max?
Will you please give me 3 straws from your broom?
What's this all about?
Very simple. We'll draw, and the shortest wins.
There you are.
Thank you. Here.
It's fair.
Oh, come on, let's get it over with.
I hope I'm first. That's always a very special victory.
Now.
I win. I got it.
Well, as they say, youth must be served.
I feel just as I did when I was a little girl starting on a long trip. A little frightened, more alive. I used to look out the train window, try to see every house in every town we passed. It isn't easy, if you're going too fast. Please, let's not go too fast tonight, Johnny.
I guarantee.
Guarantee?
But you're not safe with me.
Johnny, you won't forget 3 o'clock.
If she still wants to call you, she can. If she still wants to.
Do I have your word on that, Johnny?
Do you have my word?
Yes. Then I won't worry about her.
Don't worry about her.
Thank you, Johnny.
Johnny, remember, she's got a bus to catch.
Good night, Leona. Good night.
Good night.
Suppose you'll laugh if I ask why you brought me up here.
Now, look.
But I'm scared.
I don't want what you think I want. You're a little too square for Johnny, kid. Strictly business.
Go on.
A few wise guys down there don't expect to see me tonight. But they're gonna see me. And they're gonna see me with a pretty girl. You. Smoke? You don't smoke?
No.
Man.
Something happened tonight, didn't it?
Yeah.
Something in your business?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Johnny.
Now you wouldn't understand.
Try me.
You tell a dame they gotta talk.
I won't talk, Johnny. Besides, I'll be leaving in the morning.
You forget it. Forget I ever said anything. We'll go a few places and have a good time.
All right. You're afraid to tell me.
Afraid?
Yes. You're afraid.
All right. You see down there? This whole part of the city is controlled by a guy named Lou Caddy. The book, the policy, the joints, the whole works. Nobody makes a move without the okay from Lou. And Lou's a great guy, see, a lot of class. He doesn't like any rough stuff. Everything goes along nice and quiet until 2 years ago. They sent a team down from Washington to get something on him.
Did they?
Our operation is plenty smart, but they got him on income tax. I was with them this afternoon when they turned his appeal down, so it's 3 to 5 years.
What does it mean to you?
Well, Lou turns to me and he says, like nothing happened. He says, "It's all yours now, kid. You and Allie get the whole setup. Even the car keys."
Car keys?
Yeah, that's where he got his name, Lou Caddy. He always drives a Caddy convertible.
So it's between Allie and you?
Yeah. Me and Allie.
How can you just lie there like that? Our whole world is turning upside down. What's going to happen to everything? What's going to happen to you, Allie?
What's the matter? Afraid I won't be able to pay the bills?
Oh, don't talk like that. It's just that I was wondering whether...
I know, kid, I know. I've been wondering, too. The way I got it figured, kid.
Yes? Go on.
You sure are worried. Still hungry like you were when we first got married. I paid for the car and the coat. You love me, huh? But what happens if the money stops rolling in? Nothing's definite.
That could never happen.
What's the difference? The way I got it figured out, I'm one of the top men.
That's what I thought. You will be top man, then?
Oh, no, I'm not alone. I'll probably have to split the territory with Johnny G.
Why?
Why what?
Why can't it all be yours?
Well, because that's the way Lou wants it. As far as I was able to learn.
And who gave Lou such a big territory to control?
Well, it happened years ago, back in the 20s. And nobody gave it to Lou. He took it. Took it from the others.
He didn't know what the meaning of the word fear was, did he?
No. And neither do I. What is it?
You heard me. Take it all over. Cut Johnny G out.
What are you talking about? Lou would never go for a deal like that.
Did Lou come right out and say it had to be a 50-50 deal?
Oh, no. No, not yet, but everybody figures that this is the way it's got to be.
Everybody figures that neither you or Johnny are as strong as Lou. The control has to be split. But if you made your move, Lou might yell, and maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he'd admire you for your guts.
Yeah.
Which one's going to be boss, Johnny?
That's it. That's got to be decided tonight. He doesn't care which one it is. He just wants to leave things behind to the strongest guy.
Are you the strongest?
Would you like to try a little sample? Come on.
What are you going to do?
I'll show him just how strong Johnny G is. You watch me.
But Allie, does he...
That rat bum. He really thinks he's going to be top man. He's got a funny sense of humor.
Have you ever stopped to realize what it would be like running the territory with Johnny as your partner?
Johnny G. I've hated his guts ever since we were kids. Oh, it'd be some hot situation, all right.
From what you told me, the crime commission's going to bear down awfully heavy this year. And if you're fighting between yourselves, well, then you'll end up like Lou Caddy.
Shut up. Maybe you're right. If Lou doesn't like it, though, he'll put me up before the board and I may get hit. But if he doesn't, I get the whole jackpot.
And Johnny?
Might be worth the gamble.
Where is Allie?
I don't know. But we'll go a few places. And if I know Allie, he's got to make his move. He can't afford to have him think I took over already.
Johnny,
Don't you worry, kid. We had fights before. There won't be any shooting. So don't you cross me. You're going along. I'll see you out of the way when the action comes. If you wanted to see the big town, okay, now's your chance. Johnny's sightseeing tour begins right now.
but if you forget whoever you do kiss, remember and keep me in mind. I'll always love you. Don't go too far away. I know that we'll be back together someday.
This is A. Right now, before it gets too late. I want you to let every location know, all the boys. It's me, not Johnny G. I'm taking over everything Lou left behind, and I'm counting Johnny G out of the game. And I want he should know it. Right now. Got it? All right.
What do you think Johnny's going to do?
I want him bad. I've wanted him for years. And I think tonight's the night he gets his.
I'll always love you. Don't go too far away. I know that we'll be back together
King in his castle.
It's not my castle yet. Might be someday. We just meet here, meet Lou, talk things over.
How can you hear each other with all this music?
Oh, we hear each other, but the law can't hear us. Funny thing about Lou, when we talk, my heart always understands what's in his heart. When Johnny leaves, call us upstairs, but don't let him see you.
It's awfully smoky and noisy.
He's not here. Want to cut out?
Yes. Am I acting the way you wanted me to?
Yeah. Yeah, you look real great, kid. By now, Allie knows we're making the rounds.
We haven't seen him yet.
No, but the word gets around, he'll show.
When he does, do you want me to leave?
Yeah. When you hear me say, that's Allie, you take this. You take it. You grab a cab and you beat it.
Just like that?
Just like you never saw me before. That way you can't get hurt.
What about you, Johnny?
Don't you worry about me. When I get through with that rat...
That's not what I mean. I mean, doesn't it feel funny to have somebody just turn and walk out of your life without even saying goodbye?
Now, you see, the rules they make up about how people should act, they don't go for guys like me. I gotta move alone. Angie used to say that I was like a wild animal. Like a tiger.
Who's Angie? Is she your girlfriend?
No. No, Angie was the janitor's daughter.
But...
She wasn't anybody's girlfriend. But she sure had a lot of friends.
But you've had girlfriends, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, as many as any other guy. What do you ask me all these questions for?
Well, I don't know. I guess I just want to understand you a little better. After all, when Allie shows up, well, I'll never see you again.
You know, for a second I forgot all about Allie. You're a funny kid. Smoke. You square.
Tiger. What did you do that for? There's nobody around to see us now.
Yeah, that's right.
Well?
Well? Look at me, baby.
Let's walk. Johnny!
Mickey. What is it, Mickey?
Lou sent me, Johnny. He heard Allie sent word for you to clear out.
Yeah, well, he didn't think I would, did he?
You know how Lou feels about it. He's leaving it up to both of you.
Go on.
Well, he figured Allie'd have more sense than to tangle with you. He figured you'd talk it out.
Yeah, we all did, but Allie turned big shot. He's gonna get it.
Now, Johnny, it's not like that anymore. The law's too smart today, Johnny. We can't go wild in the streets.
What are
Johnny,
you trying to tell me, Mickey?
Lou wants both of you over at Polly's bar to talk it out. Before you both go crazy and start a lot of trouble. It's an order, Johnny.
And Allie?
The same goes for him.
Okay.
What about me?
You come on over to Polly's. You'll be safe over there. Maybe that creep will come to his senses.
You'll have to wait out front when you see Allie in the back room.
Okay with you?
Yes?
Let's go.
Have a wait there, Johnny.
Is Allie here already?
He must be. I left Lou sitting here. Come on.
Don't you go, see? I'm getting used to having you around.
Johnny, it's Mickey. Suppose it's a trap and they're waiting for you in there with guns.
Look, Mickey is Lou's boy, not Allie's. He's okay. You've been reading too many mystery stories. Hey, if you wait, you're going to be late for your second date with that creep writer. Will you wait?
I'll wait.
You don't want to be disturbed, no matter who.
Where's Allie?
In the back room, Mimi.
Johnny come?
He's in there, too. They're talking. Sit down. Good luck, Johnny.
If Allie comes out, tell him I've got to fix my makeup. Hers, Allie. Here it is.
Let's walk. Doesn't figure.
Did you settle it? Please tell me.
I gotta give credit to Lou. He's got class. He knows how to handle things. He told Allie to drop the pressure a bit and talk things out peaceful. And he did. We'll divide the territory up 50-50. That's it.
Then Allie didn't really mean it. About you having to get out.
Oh, he meant it all right. Earlier. I guess he got yellow.
Johnny.
Yeah?
Remember, you said Allie wouldn't use a gun if you two fight. Why are you so sure?
Well, you see, Allie and I were brought up by the same old man. Like brothers. His father died and he came to live with us when he was 3 years old.
But what does that have to do with the guns?
My old man was walking across the street from his store. It was back in the 30s. A bunch of guys came by in a car. They were all set to blast someone. He got in the way.
Sorry, Johnny.
He was 100% legit, my old man. When they called Allie and me out of school, we went over to where he was lying on the street. He made us promise one thing. Not to ever
use guns? I see. I feel so sorry for you, Johnny.
Sorry?
Yes. Because you are like a tiger. You're brave, and you're strong. But you're not free. You're trapped. And a wild animal that's trapped can't be happy.
Oh, look. Maybe some of us down here in the village grow up tough, see? But we've got things those guys uptown never had. Sincerity. Friends. Not for a week or a month, but for a lifetime.
There's so much trouble in that lifetime.
We've got to protect what's ours. When someone tries to take something away from you, you've got to fight for it with everything you got. There's bound to be trouble. And don't tell me it's any different in business, because it isn't.
Do you really believe that?
Look, my old man, he had 2 grocery stores, strictly legit. And one of these great big chains came in and they tried to squeeze him right out of one. They did! Well, nobody is going to squeeze Johnny out of nothing, see?
No matter who gets hurt.
Oh, look, go find yourself some sucker, will you? Have kids. You'll never understand guys like me.
That's not fair. I've been trying.
Yeah, well, you haven't had it tough enough, that's all. Look, you've got a date with that creep, don't you? Go on, get out of here. What do you want to go out with a guy like that for, anyway? What are you after tonight?
Well, first I thought talking to 3 completely different men, I might find something to write about. And now I just want to solve the puzzle of Johnny G. I'm beginning to. But there's just one thing about you I can't ever forgive.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry for me. I'd rather be a lion for a day than a mouse all my life. Someday the world is going to belong to guys like me. I'd like to have you around. Do you believe me?
Oh, no. Goodbye, Johnny.
Hey, what was that one thing you were talking about?
Hello? This is Coffee. Is this Mr. Wells?
Bravo, young lady. You've survived the notorious Johnny G.
Yes. I'd love to see some of the things you've written. Isn't there a restaurant near your house where we can talk?
I think it's important for you to see my place. It's real village. And without addicts like mine, I fear all writing talent would disappear into the Madison Avenue jungle.
All right. I'm sold. Okay. Goodbye.
Coffee, come in.
Oh, it's just as you said it was.
Sit down, my dear. Well, how was your date with Johnny G, or shouldn't a gentleman ask?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm afraid I can't explain tonight while I'm living it.
Well, I'll try to help make the evening interesting. I think I understand what you mean by living, Coffee.
Do you? Oh, it really is. It's just like Paris. At least it's the way I always imagined Paris would look. A room like this, and those rooftops. Are these your books, Mr. Wells? What does an author read?
Well, there you are. They're all very dry, I'm afraid. I use them mostly for research.
But I thought you were a playwright. I never dreamed the starving bohemian would have nothing but books on architecture.
Would you like a drink? I imagine you needed coffee.
No, thank you.
About the books, Coffee. Even a bohemian has to live. So I buy and sell second-hand textbooks. Now that you know my secret, I hope you're not too disappointed. It does pay the rent.
Well, show me some of the things you've written. That's why I came up here.
Is that why you came here?
Yes, please show them to me. But first, tell me, is it near 6 o'clock yet?
No, it's nowhere near there. That's a strange question. Your bus doesn't leave till after 7.
That's right.
Well, now, here we have something not too ambitious, nevertheless my own. But why should a lonely playwright waste time watching a lovely child read when he could be talking to her?
We could have talked back at Leona's. Don't forget, you don't have to work in an insurance office. Why, you're a full-time writer.
Do you honestly expect me to believe that the reason you came up here was to read what I've written?
What exactly did you think I had in mind?
Well, after all, Coffee, you are a very beautiful girl, and I am a man.
Are you really the poor playwright you pretend to be?
Do you remember, Coffee, you said this was a magic night? Let's not spoil it.
I'm afraid we don't understand each other.
How are we apart, Coffee? What is it?
Just something about you I don't understand. Something I'd rather not understand.
You're typical of the young girls of today. You give yourself freely to a Johnny G. But to an artist who needs you, who deserves you. You have no time to talk. No time to be human and warm. No time to be any of the things a woman should be to a man. Girls like you have been doing that too often. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Please.
I don't want to hurt you.
Don't.
Don't make me hurt you.
I'll tell him.
There's no one to tell, Coffee. There's no one here but me.
Johnny knows where I am. Johnny will kill you. Johnny. 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 You called it his name. You poor sick man. Just his name.
Get out.
What's right? What's wrong? I don't know anymore. The rules say Johnny's bad, but just his name stopped you. Why? I want to know.
Get out. Leave me alone. Leave me alone!
Badly hurt.
No, just a scratch. I called Lou and asked him to hold a little board of directors meeting while the doc was patching me up.
Yes, so what happened?
They did. And they took the lid off for me when they heard what happened.
You mean?
It's official. The sky's the limit. I can do what I want. Allie wants everything, and that's exactly what he's gonna get. Everything.
Watch out for him, Johnny. See how bad he's
It's
turned.
knife against knife now. No more words. We're gonna meet at 6 o'clock in front of Lou's house, right in the street where we played when we were kids. Where Pop died. And that's where we'll settle it.
I guess it has to be that way.
Johnny.
It's the only way I know, kid. It's gotta be.
Johnny. Be careful this morning.
Sure. Sure, I promise not to cross the street to get Allie unless the light's green. Do me a favor, will you, kid?
What is it, Johnny?
I'd like to know what the score is. What was that one thing about the way I operate that you can't understand, huh?
It's not that I can't understand it, Johnny. I just can't forgive it.
Go on.
You'll be angry.
Go on. What's on your mind?
It's the young Johnny G's. The juvenile delinquents, the kids who are following in your footsteps. They're the worst problem we have. And you're training them. You're encouraging them.
What's the matter? You crazy or something? Don't you know these kids are the biggest headache we've got? All they do is get into stupid messes that break the papers and bring the heat down on all of us.
You mean...
I mean, if that's what you want, I'll give you the inside story.
Johnny, I don't understand.
Look, they're great kids, see, but they don't know what the real score is. They think it's like it was back in Prohibition. It's not.
Go on, Johnny.
Look, these kids are figuring they're running real cute, see, out front, with the law behind them. Well, it ain't that way. The law is like it's ahead of them, see? Like a roadblock waiting for them. And they hit it head on.
What about men like you, Johnny?
Look, we operate so close to the way some businessmen and politicians operate, you can't tell the difference. We got plenty of federal headaches to keep us busy. We don't want any part of these kids. They had it tough, and they got pushed around, just like we did when we were kids. Only the way the law is today, they gotta end up losing. Let them know that. Maybe some of them will calm down a little and play it cool and make a few fast business dollars instead of...
Johnny, do you think they'd listen?
Listen to what?
Listen to me. If I could write what you've just told me, would it convince them? Even a few of them.
Might. I'm just saying that the odds are against them and it's not worth the game. You write it like a story, see? You keep me out of it. I'm no preacher.
I know, but you don't realize how important this is. Why, coming from your side of the fence...
Maybe this is the story you were looking for, huh, kid?
Oh, yes, Johnny, it is.
Mickey!
Yeah, Johnny.
I gotta think a little about my meeting with cutie boy Allie. Why don't you and he run along, huh? You got a meeting with that old plasterer, don't you?
Yes, I was just going to phone him.
Yeah. Will you let me know the place? When I get through with Allie, I'll pick you up, drive you to the bus station, in real style. In the caddy.
Thank you, Johnny.
I've done all I can do for you.
I know, Doc. The rest is up to me.
Here they are. Most beautiful dolls in the world.
Oh, Max. For the first time tonight, I feel young again. I never knew any one night could change a person so much. But in the last few hours, I've grown very old.
Don't be in a hurry to get old, child. It comes soon enough. Do you like our little princess?
Oh, yes, she's beautiful.
I'm glad you picked her up. She's one of my favorites. Please take her with you.
Oh, Max, I couldn't.
I want you to have her as a souvenir of tonight.
Oh, what time is it?
Time. 5:35.
So how's it gonna be?
Just like you said, boss. At exactly 6 o'clock, Johnny's agreed to walk up the middle of the street from one end of the block and Allie from the other. They'll fight it out with their fists.
With their knives, too. Let's not kid ourselves, Mickey.
Well, I told them you'd...
I know. I know, Mickey. Then what?
They want you to give the winner the keys to the car like it's official. That the winner takes over everything. See what I mean?
I see, Mickey. Will the boys all be watching?
They're up at Pizza Apartment playing cards. They'll be watching from the window up there.
Well, at least it's quiet out there. There'll be nobody passing by at this hour. If those two guys, it ought to be over pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mickey?
Yeah, Lou.
I hope it's Johnny.
Yeah.
Allie, I'm worried.
There's nothing I can do. I gotta face him like Lou says. Right out in the street, like he said. That way, at least when Lou gives me the keys, everybody's gotta admit I'm top man.
But supposing Johnny's quicker than you, Allie.
Look, baby, you don't take me for a fool, do you? I figured this whole thing out. I know how fast Johnny is with a knife. With his right hand.
What do you mean?
I had him taken care of. By now, that shoulder of his is so stiff, he'll be a cinch to take. Maybe he won't even fight.
You know you don't believe that. You're sure, right? Have you ever stopped to think what happens if you're wrong? It's the end of everything for you and I. You'll never be able to operate again in the city.
Yeah, but with that shoulder.
Be a fool. When Johnny's the way he is tonight, he could use that knife if his arm were broken.
A bum arm's a bum arm, and nothing's gonna talk him into working quicker than this. I tell you, I got him.
Supposing something goes wrong.
Supposing nothing.
Have you ever stopped to think of how your life would be if Johnny takes over and pushes you out?
What are you driving at?
Just this. Don't walk out on that street with only a knife. Take this with you in case. I know all about the promise you made to your old man, but just in case, Allie, just in case.
The whole neighborhood knows about that promise.
Listen to me, big boy. Tomorrow at this time, the neighborhood's going to respect the winner, and only the winner.
Is that good for you too, kid?
Me too.
I want you to tell Lou something for me when you see him.
Sure, Johnny. Anything you want.
If things go bad for me at 6, I want you should have what's left of my territories.
Don't talk like that, Johnny. You're stronger than him. You're quicker than he ever was.
Yeah, but who knows how the cars will turn. I might slip on a banana peel.
Yeah. More likely you'll...
Look, if I do get delayed, I want you should get the car keys, pick up the girl, and drive her to the bus station. Johnny's compliments.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, it's funny, Johnny. If I didn't know you too well, I'd say you were falling for that square little kid.
Yeah? Yeah, it's real funny.
You are worrying about Johnny G, don't you, Coffee? You like him.
That's so strange, Max. Yes, I worry about him. I have to find out, Max. There's too much right with Johnny for him to be all wrong. More wrong with him than I'll admit. One thing I do know. It's the young Johnnies, the ones who are copying him, the Johnnies with their switchblade knives, cutting their initials into tomorrow. He gave me a message for them. That's the story I found tonight, Max. That's the story I'm going to write.
You have chosen a very important subject, my dear. But even their story, those Johnny G's. It's a very old one. And the ending is always the same.
Always?
Yeah, always the same. So don't feel too bad about it. A very wise man once wrote that perhaps with some people it must be this way.
Must?
Thoreau put it this way. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the tune he hears, however measured or far away.
Like I told you, kid. Someday the whole world's gonna belong to guys like me.
So glad you're all right, Johnny. I knew you'd come for me.
Okay, Square.
Okay, Tiger. What happened to Allie?
I don't want to talk about it, baby. I'm tired.
Good for one way. Ought to read round trip. Because just as soon as I can, I'm coming back, Johnny. I wish I'd met you when we were very young. I'll remember you, Johnny, all my life.